Have you ever wondered about the wonders of the universe? Well, get ready to embark on a journey beyond the stars with ChatGPT. With ChatGPT, you can explore any topic you want, ask questions, get answers, and engage in conversations. Why talk to a dumb human when you can talk to a really smart robot? Why be stupid when you can be smart? Going outside is cool. Maybe you should do it. I want to jump off a bridge. ChatGPT, unlocking the wonders of the universe, one conversation at a time. What the hell? The parts of that intro that didn't suck was made entirely by ChatGPT. I made the parts that suck. Everybody knows what ChatGPT is, and everybody's at least a little bit concerned with it. We all know the ethical questions that it raises, given that it can do your homework or write your songs or cure your crippling loneliness or whatever. But I don't really care about any of that. I mean, school is already, well, it sucks. And music is just air wiggling in a way that manages to tickle your brain. And if you're so lonely that ChatGPT is the only person you can talk to, let me introduce you to a little thing called a hooker. Things like that is not what this video is about. This video is more so about how ChatGPT is a great first step on the road of dystopia and misery. Remember what that one space dude said? One small step for man, one giant leap towards the end of the fucking world. What I'm trying to say is that at this rate, we are going to get royally screwed over if we blindly continue down this path, with our main motivation being pure greed. And blindly going down this path for our instantaneous benefit is exactly what we are doing. Typically, I think that raising awareness is a stupid concept. Like shit, I already know that bullying exists. You don't have to remind me, lunkhead. But in this case, nobody is really talking about this. And unlike bullying, this could literally cause the end of the world. So I'm sorry if you're getting bullied, but fuck you, I don't care. I'm going to call this a raising awareness video. Raising awareness about how dead we're gonna be if we don't do something. So yeah, here's why. ChatGPT is a generative AI, and just in case you're a dummy like me, a generative AI is an AI that can, well, generate content specifically. Of course, like everything else, ChatGPT has usage policies. Specifically, hateful, violent, and sexual things are a big no-no on ChatGPT. Violence is pretty easy to distinguish. I mean, I'm no programmer, but I think it's pretty easy to tell an AI that blowing up an orphanage is a little violent, and sexual things are pretty easy to note as well. But apparently, sex ed is okay. So I guess if you really want to learn about your no-no square, you can ask ChatGPT about it. But if you ask me, hate has a bit of a blurry line. People are not the ones monitoring what happens in ChatGPT. People are not the ones who decide whether or not something follows or doesn't follow its usage policy. The thing that distinguishes between what follows their policy and what goes against it is called Moderation API. And in case you didn't know, API stands for Application Programming Interface, and I'm paraphrasing here, but according to Amazon Web Services, an API can be thought of as a contract of service between two softwares with distinct functions. I know jack shit about programming, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, so in non-gobbledygook nerdy nerd terms, API equal programming, not people, meaning that what follows the usage policy and what doesn't is decided entirely by software. So, if this moderation API censors things based on hate, who decides what qualifies as hate? Hate is quite a broad term. I mean, what's the difference between hate and criticism? Is it the sentiment of the message? If that's the case, I'm treading on thin ice here, but that's a bit screwed up in my opinion. You know, not everything about everybody is positive. I can attest to that given how fucked up I am. And in my opinion, it's okay to talk about the negative aspects of, well, anything. I don't think anything should be immune to being talked shit about. Even you. Sorry, that was in bad taste. Just kidding, fuck you, fuck everything. You aren't perfect, nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. So, how can we trust an AI to distinguish between hate and criticism if we can't even do it ourselves? If we cannot distinguish between hate and criticism, that means both will be silenced. And historically speaking, a phenomenal way to have a person or thing fall into the depths of injustice is to not allow the critique of said person or thing. I mean, what's rule numero uno of tyrannical governments? If you talk shit about the supreme leader, you're going to get your balls cut off. The fact that a literal computer is deciding what's hateful and what isn't is a little disturbing to say the least, given the fact that we stupid-ass humans can't even figure it out ourselves. And we are quite literally the ones who invented hate and criticism. We made it up. So if we can't understand it, how is a goddamn robot supposed to? One could say that it really doesn't matter. ChatGPT is too small and insignificant to have any sort of effect, even if it is censoring criticism. Yeah? Well, how long is that gonna last, dimwit? Humanity's whole shtick is that we're technologically advanced and advancing. We are already so reliant on technology. I dare you to take away the phone of a 15-year-old girl with blue hair for 1 week. I guarantee you she will end up devouring herself alive or something. And I'm pretty confident that technology's next big phase is the phase of AI, meaning that we will become increasingly reliant on AI. Just like with our phones, we will use it for entertainment, social stuff, recording yourself being an idiot, and whatever, but most importantly, learning. Learning new ideas and opinions and facts and ideologies and all that. And we will be doing this on an even bigger scale than we do with our phones and computers. Now all of a sudden, AI is not too small to have any sort of effect if it's censoring criticism. Technology already basically controls our minds. Now flood everything learnt on technology with censorship. All of a sudden, this seems to matter a bit more, doesn't it? The following is a statement from OpenAI, the AI company that created ChatGPT. We've trained a model called ChatGPT which interacts in a conversational way. The dialogue format makes it possible for ChatGPT to answer follow-up questions, admit its mistakes, challenge incorrect premises, and reject inappropriate requests. ChatGPT doesn't get its information from a database of facts though. Rather, it gets its responses from patterns it recognized in the training data used to create the AI. According to cloudfactory.com, training data is the data you use to train an algorithm or machine learning model to predict the outcome you design your model to predict. Keep in mind, when it comes to programming and computer dork stuff, I don't know shit about fuck, but I do know this means 2 things. 1, that it can sometimes give misleading answers, and 2, that everything ChatGPT knows is what's already been said before. Its concepts of good and bad and right and wrong are based on what's most commonly believed as what's good and bad and right and wrong. Everything it knows is based on what's most commonly accepted. And if systems like this continue to rise, this could lead to an echo chamber of information, opinions, and ideologies on the internet. Everything said would have already been said before. Every opinion would have already been uttered before. Every ideology would have already been followed before. Not because all the information in the universe is already known, or every opinion and ideology has already been created, but because nobody would ever get the chance to hear about any new information or opinions or ideologies ever. The only ones ever heard would be the ones that are popular. That's what I mean by an echo chamber of information. Everything known would be locked in a closed room left to bounce from wall to wall for eternity, never to grow or shrink. What adds to the rut-row-raggy factor of this is that the tiniest alterations of already existing information can lead to completely different messaging, which can sometimes be good because open discussion about things is important, but it can also sometimes be bad. True, proven, and well-understood facts could be manipulated in ways that split opinions on something that is known to be one way rather than another. History could be rewritten, science could be falsified, Bill Cosby could be remembered as just an old guy with a really big nose. But isn't that okay? I mean, when you use ChatGPT, there are disclaimers saying information might not be 100% correct, right? True, but we're in 2023. The advice of don't believe everything you see on the internet has been chalked up to, my mom is so overbearing. And because of the aspect of ChatGPT that causes slight alterations in information, accidentally of course, maybe. For the user, the subjective can become the objective, the truth can become false, and lies can become facts. If you've seen some of my other videos, you may have noticed that I am a strong advocate of the notion that critical thinking is fucking dead. No critical thinking equals no questioning anything. No questioning anything equals blindly and stupidly agreeing with anything anybody says. And given that this AI is capable of altering information, either accidentally or maybe one day purposefully, this could easily lead to manipulation and the bending of reality. What does censorship of criticism plus the manipulation of information equal? 2 words: bad shit. I must be honest, humanity deserves congratulations. We are no longer playing in the sandbox of flesh and blood. We are now entering the chapter of life that goes beyond biology. Let's reflect for a moment. How did we get here? 10 million other species live with us now or have lived before our time. And we are the first ones to turn the page and enter this new chapter of life. How? What separates us from the 10 million other species that have existed? What makes us special? It all comes down to one little thing: our ability to think. But now we are creating a new species that shares what makes us special. At this rate, at some point in the future, we will no longer be 1 in 10 million, but 2. AI can think. AI can think for you. At a low level, it's already true that any thinking you need to be done can be done by generative AI. And as time goes on, low level will become medium level. Medium level will become high level, and high level will become, well, I guess we'll find out. If your thinking can be entirely replaced by AI thinking, what is the point of your existence? What can you possibly contribute if the very thing that separates humans from beasts can be done faster and better by artificial intelligence? One must ask themselves, are we building an extension of our intelligence and abilities, or are we building our own replacement? As AI's ability to think grows and grows, ours will shrink and shrink. The better it becomes, the more reliant we will be on it. Our critical thinking abilities already suck. We are not off to a good start in this race for transcendence. A race where our only competitor is one we created, out of partial curiosity, but mostly greed. At this rate, as the world gets more and more technologically advanced, humanity as a whole will become less and less intellectually advanced. Sure, we will know how to build incredible things and go impossible places, but our critical thinking ability will continue to shrink. Questions will be asked less and less, and answers will become more and more rigid. If we continue down this path, we will not be sophisticated enough as a society in order to properly use and control AI for good. The end of the road we are taking is not one with a beautiful future where AI is an incredible extension of humanity. Rather, it is one where we have built a superior replacement for ourselves. If AI surpasses us even in the human specialty of creative and critical thought, we are guaranteed to fall into dystopia. And our first major step on this road to dystopia was just taken via the creation of ChatGPT. We are losing the very thing that allowed us to get where we are as a species, and we are giving our special ability to something else, something that is not chained down by the limits of biology, something whose potential is far greater than ours ever could be, something that at this rate will transcend our limitations and has a potential with no end in sight. Big tech generally sees ChatGPT and AI as a whole as a gateway to a beautiful future, and they will support and promote it because they are the ones who control it. You and I and everybody else does not. If AI is the gateway we choose to enter the future, we are fucked. At this rate, those who control AI will control the people, and people like you and I definitely do not control AI. We are the people. We are the ones that will be controlled. We are the punchline of the joke to end all jokes. Or maybe nobody will control the AI. Maybe the AI will control all of us, including those who created the AI in the first place in order to have control of everybody else. If that's the case, you and I will still be fucked, but big tech will be as well. I think that would make big tech the actual punchline of the joke to end all jokes. So ha ha, you dicks. You probably just fucked yourself and everybody else in the process. Congratulations. Humans kind of seem to have a habit of generally being optimistic, especially when we shouldn't be. I don't care about what Obama said. Sometimes hope is stupid, and this is definitely one of those times. People are turning a blind eye to the impossibly dangerous implications of the creation of ChatGPT, saying things like, we should be positive. Fuck you, we shouldn't be positive, we need to be realistic, and realistically, what the fuck? I hate to break it to you, but we really need to stop turning a blind eye and tucking our dicks into our legs and clucking like chickens and hoping that everything will be okay and we will become a happy utopia. Because at this rate, we will become quite the opposite. We're heading straight for the wonderful destination with the delightful name of the shithole dystopia. Stop blindly agreeing with the companies that control things like ChatGPT because of course they will tell you that everything is going to be okay. They are the ones who benefit from your ignorance. You're the one who will one day wake up and find a floppy dick in your face. Don't listen to them. Listen to reason and realize that they will benefit while we are royally screwed. Wake up. Wake up before you find a floppy dick in your face. You know, this all sucks of course, but it's not the end of the world quite yet. ChatGPT is just the first step of many more in this road to calamity. We've taken one goddamn step. It's not too late to turn around. We can still save ourselves. And the first step in doing that is to, well, realize that at this rate we're not exactly heading into a desirable future. Keyword, realize. I do not think the vast majority of people know enough or care enough about this whole ChatGPT situation. That's why, in spite of the fact that I generally think raising awareness is stupid, I'm still calling this video a raising awareness video. Because that's what it's supposed to do, raise awareness. So yeah, please help me unfuck the world. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. It would really help me out, and hopefully it will help raise awareness about this no bueno situation that we're in. This is the first step in avoiding a future of miserable dystopia. And remember, we're all going to die anyways, so you might as well chase your dreams.